Selah Driftwave drew her first breath on a papaya pink sunrise, 6 July 1999, inside a cedar-shaped bungalow resting on oyster shell stilts above the rippling jade of North Carolina's Bogue Sound. Outside, a laughing gull sliced lazy circles through the dawn, and her mother, a traveling brass soul saxophonist who stores pressed wisteria petals in her reed cloth, answered with a two-bar melody that set chipped enamel plates jingling on their hook. Her father, a lighthouse voltage tender who sketches cloud herons on spare fused tacks, leaned so near their freckles blended and promised the newborn that peer gossip, hallway whispers, and store racks ending at 14 would always shuffle for a girl fearless enough to expand to her own true borders. Curves have coursed through the Driftwave family tree like warm Gulf Stream eddies threading under Outer Banks chill, so no one fretted when baby Selah ripped her second homespun swaddle before the kettle exhaled. Granny Magnolia rolled her sleeves, stitched the tears with shrimp boat twine, patched the gaps with carnival kite triangles, and chuckled that a palm of cloth costs pennies, while sawing a sunrise short can bankrupt an entire horizon. Grade school corridors smelled of pencil shavings, cinnamon hush puppy haze drifting from the cafeteria vent, and brine sneaking through warped louvers. Selah already stood half a head above her classmates, blotting projector glow whenever she traced loggerhead turtles' safe zones on the pull-down atlas. One drizzle recess, two children hop-skipped a chalk ring, chanting "drag barge," each time her rubber boots thudded on wet pavement. That evening, she walked the rack line, scooped soda caps, polished satin by tie, threaded them on fishing leader, stitched a jangling spine down her sea glass hoodie, and strolled into homeroom, scattering prism freckles across water-stained ceiling tiles. A substitute aide caught 9 shaky seconds on a prepaid flip phone, posted a glimmer to a newborn video nook, and by lunchtime, 15,000 strangers applauded the girl who turned teasing into lighthouse glitter. Selah wrote, "One violet promise besides subtraction drills, clouds crowd, only until you flashed them bright," and meant every syllable. Saturday dawns belonged to the public pier where her mother's sack spirals mingled with diesel coughs from shrimp boats, skillet crackle from flounder stands, and gulls arguing over mullet skins. Ready-made jeans jammed halfway, so Selah traded tip jar quarters for sun-bleached gill net, unraveled it into rope crocheted high-rise shorts, misted them with squid ink egret silhouettes, then posed at tangerine sunset against rush-stripped bollards while her cousin captured grainy frames. Each shot sailed into an online diner she named Lantern Tide. The same week, a shiny photo app fluttered across patchy bank signal. Captions wove dock slang with raw truths such as curves, anchor gusts, steadier than seawalls. 2 months before, 16 candles, 54,000 unseen hearts tapped tiny icons beneath every mango frame. Proof glowing rectangles, hushed cafeteria razors, faster than any coach whistle. A Barry Marshallish scholarship lifted her south to Florida International University. Daylight evaporated in wave tunnel labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour pastel beignet wagon glowing neon guava under wind-bent palms. The heat lamp doubled as ring light. Between sugar orders Selah filmed 90-second reels folding parchment into seagrass barrettes while translating dart rotation and half lecture zip, half shoreline low. One clip layered bottlenose clicks under lo-fi shuffle while she chain stitched reflective anchor braid through thrift denim. And 47 hours later, the counter dashed beyond 1.3 million. Coastal style pages christened her the beignet couturière. Yet every sponsored deck froze at size 16. She tugged each pitch in a folder named Shrinking Knits, brushed cinnamon dust from her cuff, and handed the next night owl surfer a cone of powdered delight with sunrise glinting in her eyes. Hurricane Drove Week delivered an email topped by the Columbia Sportswear Compass they asked her to co-design, a spray shell capsule called Tide Ember. Selah answered with 3 peer-strong terms. Patterns must touch 60-inch hips, half the crew hired from community college fashion cohorts, 10% of net profit pledged to mangrove nurseries from Sebastian to Cedar Key, Columbia signed before dawn, tinted glab glass coral. The shoe unfolded on a tide-scoured sandbar, where Singling chicks dotted commas across wet quartz. She coached paddle borders of every outline across mirror ripples, while a drone carved gentle infinity loops overhead. And when the lookbook dropped, every extended-sized jacket vanished in 41 hours across 33 countries. Lantern Tide vaulted beyond 700,000 lantern icons, pause a heartbeat, let that swell fill your ribs, then tap subscribe right this second. One featherlight touch turns the badge calm gray and secures your reel, so next week's story drifts into your notifications long before algorithm currents shuffle it away. After tapping, glide to the description and grab the Love Compass link, the same stepwise guide thousands lean on when they want to transform hello into undeniable glow. Spotlight Shimmer invited Rumor Girls. A clickbait blog claimed Selah laced iron plates around her waist beneath Tide Ember shells. Dawn found her paddling a driftwood board past eelgrass ribbons, bare feet steady in linen shorts and sports bra, tracing every silver stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea powder, while her mother's sax launched a sunrise growl so vivid pelicans paused mid-glide. 10 million viewers reposted the proof, sprinkling fuchsia pollen across their own curves until gossip slid quiet under slack tide. Beignet wages braided with capsule royalties and whipped into driftwave velvet, a cloud soft, butter folding spruce tip custard, lime blossom oil, and mica sparks that gleam seashell white in any flash. 19,010s cooled on her father's chart bench, lids tied with braided crab trap rope, each label stamped moisturize your horizon. Stock disappeared in 82 minutes, raising $198,000, 20% seeded Beacon grants, delivering industrial surgers and portable hydrophones to plus-size teens in shoreline schools from Ponce Inlet to Perdido. 8 months later, 38 Beacon teams live-streamed a floating fashion and Doffman Harmony gala aboard a retired shrimp scow, wreathed in solar lanterns, dawn colors spilling into classrooms from Kingston to Kyoto. Jacksonville wore Fashion Night minted fresh dock legend. A rogue bent sliced her sapphire mesh gown hip to knee 80 heartbeats before showtime. Selah yanked neon dock rope from a scaffold, laced the split like boot hooks and walked the boards as if the splice had shimmered in every sketch. Camera shutters snapped like kettle corn, Vogue Atlantic crowned the rescue rope cadence, and Lantern Tide captured another million lantern sparkles before brass horns warmed a mouthpiece. Chaos tried again when an X8 leaked clipped emails hinting she demanded grouper tower spreads and chauffeured airboats for her rescue manatee, Melody. She posted the chain, uncut, refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption monitors for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate Tide, $136,000, funded biodegradable trap pilots off Big Ben. Fans echoed her Pier Creed receipts, shine brighter than rumor grit until whispers flatten like tide pool sand. Family stays her compass humming true. Twice each month she streams Porchline Groove. Mom threads soulful riffs beside a propane griddle. Dad murmurs cloud haiku. Selah flips thrift denim while Melody wiggles powder sugar spirals in a splash tub. One session peaked at 9 million eyes when the gentle giant sneezed glitter on the lens. And Marine Rescue now sponsors every stream, tagging rehabilitated manatees with solar beacons powered by Driftwave Velvet. Cream revenue soared beyond $12 million before second solstice. She leased a dozing oyster shed, punched skylights through corrugated tin, hired furloughed deckhands, plus designed grass to whip custard and tie lids during midday funk breaks. Auditors begged shrink seals. She quoted Granny Magnolia, "Fingers protect legend longer than plastic clamps," and rope ties remained. Her feed holds honest sky. Mangrove Edge portraits share scroll space with beignet cart selfies captioned "Same sky, different tide." She posed breath loops recorded in blue grottos, printable resilient sheets in English and Gullah, therapy voucher codes tucked 3 swipes below. 184,000 readers call her shoreline candor their first calm harbor. Community glow rides sparkle under crush-shell dust. Hundreds wheel sunset causeways wearing driftwave velvet on shoulders. LED seagrass tassels spinning from spokes. Ticket funds plump beacon grants and lift snorkel rigs that cradle wheelchair adventurers over crystal springs. Chowder shacks simmer late. Redfish stew bowls climb 15% on ride nights. Selah pedals lead on a vintage cruiser with Melody plush clip 4, pausing to knot any rider's drifting lace. She is smoothing commas in a memoir titled Kerns Keeping Names for 11 Language Shells next spring, while a film crew shadows her mission to weld retired boy chains into floating maker studios for Marshside schools. Puma's wide to wave lantern sneaker debuts next quarter, threaded with reflective rope cushioned by algae foam, funneling 10% revenue into Beacon nurseries circling the Gulf's hugging curve. Second, gentle coral rise like Tide Hush. If that subscribe badge kept its blush, brush it gray now. One fingertip lock, next week's surge in your feed before algorithm undertow scrambles the chart. And remember, the Love Compass, link below, is ready whenever your heart thirsts for surer bearings. Tropical season drifts towards slack water. Fresh velvet tins, beacon portals, tonight's Porchline playlist, and that confidence guide trusted by thousands sit in the description, free and salt clean. If Thule Soda cap, hoodie, shimmer, rope lace gown, rescue, or melody glitter sneeze spark even half a grin, tap like, write your brightest ripple in the comments, and share this voyage with someone whose sails hang slack. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts lighthouse beams. And the coast bows to any soul steady enough to plant sure feet on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes bright. Final breeze whispers across the flats. Subscribe this heartbeat, claim your rail, open that Love Compass link, and meet me on the next rising tide when a fresh story sparkles beyond the breakers and courage calls your name again.